name's John Cordy and my dog does a great impression of Al Pacino waking up. Obviously. This video I'm going to be doing mostly playing through these Vox Valvenergy pedals. I think in this video I'll show you the Mystic Drive, the Copperhead Drive, and also the Silk Drive. Some of the clips will be with my pedal board, some will be just the actual pedals themselves with the gain, you know, all the way up or whatever, to show you how much drive they've got, give you that kind of sense of what the pedal sounds like just by itself. Overall, I'm kind of enjoying these quite a bit. Back when Vox announced these, I sent them an email, I think it was NAMM, you know, Winter NAMM, and I said I really like the look of these things and they seem to be like in the same vein as like a Strymon Iridium. And at the time I was also looking at other things other than a Strymon Iridium that could do that kind of job. Here's a Strymon Iridium, by the way, if you've not seen it. I think it's worth thinking about these things as like in that Strymon Iridium category, as in it's a thing that can sit on your pedal board if you're a pedal board person and finds that they want to go direct, either for necessity or, you know, maybe you're playing in a church and they've said we're actually going direct, or you don't want to take your amp anymore. Whatever these things are, the reasons why these kind of pedals exist, whatever that reason is, I think the end result is that generally you're going to be using a selection of pedals with, so one of these will probably sit on your board and it'll plug to a desk direct. You don't have to worry about things sounding too crazy, and I guess you have less options than something like a Helix or an HX Stomp or an FM3, but you want simplicity. I guess that's the reason for these kind of devices. Now these can also do other things. There's like a standard mode, a pre-mode, and a cab mode. I'm specifically interested in cab mode, where it is literally doing like a preamp and cab sim, so it's acting as an amp model. That's what all of the videos here will be, but you can also use them as kind of preamp pedals, so you could run them into other IR products, or you could run them in the loop of a Helix or whatever. I may at some stage get round to experimenting with that, but for now I just wanted to kind of give you my thoughts and the overview on why I was interested in these pedals at all anyway. So the way that I'm running these at the moment is I'm running them in parallel, and I did that as an experiment for this morning's video and I was kind of enjoying it. One of the things that I've found when using in-ear monitors and things like that is that you can often end up with things sounding quite thin and quite one-dimensional in your ears. The issue is not necessarily with whatever you're using as a device, but it's more to do with how things translate in in-ear monitors. One of the things I used to do to combat this was use kind of dual cabs or dual amps. Although you can't do dual amps with the Iridium, this was one of the kind of things about if you had two of these, you can basically just run, I've got it running after a delay pedal which has a left and right, and basically then I've got an Ac30 stacked with a Marshall, and that's kind of this platform. And then I've got a Strymon Nightsky after this, just for the sake of this, because it's got stereo inputs and stereo outputs. I guess one of the most important things with these is, you know, can they take a pedal well? So here I've got a Rockett Broverdrive, which is sort of tube screamer-ish. So they're taking that pedal quite well. Then I've got an Origin Effects RevivalDrive here, set with quite a bit of gain. So it seems to be the case to me that these take drive pedals pretty well. Again, I'm not going to do too much kind of individual tweaking, but they've both got a bright switch on them. These ones, I think they've all got a bright switch. The Cutting Edge, by the way, I think is a heavier pedal than all of these, but you've got kind of similar amounts of gain to the Iridium on these, so you know, if you're looking for a really driven Marshall tone, here's the Vox with gain full up. So kind of classic levels of gain rather than high gain with these two particular pedals, but I'm kind of really liking the way they sound. To me, it's not like you're having to do much tweaking to get them to sound how you'd want. So in that respect, it's pretty similar to the Strymon Iridium in terms of an experience. So I'm really enjoying the pedals. As I say, there's other features that I've not checked out yet, using them as preamp pedals, for instance. Plenty of gain. Does it matter that there's a tube in there or there's an oscilloscope on the front of it? To me, not really. How do they sound is more what I'm interested in, and I really do appreciate the sound of them. Here's plenty more playing with them, but thank you for stopping by, and I think they're like 160 quid-ish each. Obviously, one of them is cheaper than the Iridium, but the Iridium you get kind of 3 models, but I'm thinking there's probably a chunk of people out there that are only realistically going to use perhaps an AC30. You know, if you're replacing an AC30, which you normally use, or you're replacing a Marshall or whatever, if you're replacing a Fender style amp, for instance, with the Iridium, channel switching is not particularly something I do with it. I'm using it with a pedal board, so I'm using it as a clean platform. I think it makes sense potentially that you'd use something like one of these Vox Valvenergy pedals, maybe. Potential downsides, it doesn't have the ability to change IRs as far as I'm aware. Obviously you can do that with the Iridium, but I guess that's only an issue if you don't like the way that they sound as they are. For me, it's not like I'm going, oh, that's fizzy or that's not taking pedals how I want it. To me, they sound pretty good as they are. So anyway, loads more playing to come, and hopefully this was vaguely interesting. If you want to like and subscribe, you could. But yeah, thank you to Vox for loaning me these for a while. I'm enjoying playing through them, and probably I'll do some more. Cheers. bye.